attention, the only travel plan, everybody pay attention, the only travel plan on the planet that's better than the one we have here at Max Lifestyle is called the corporate travel plan, where your company is paying for everything. But there's no fun in traveling when you're not able to be on vacation. There's no fun. You don't get to take the family. You don't get to take the wife. You don't get to take the kids. You don't get to enjoy yourself because, hey, you know what? You got to pop off and get on another plane and go do another sales presentation, go do another meeting, go meet with the Indonesian sales force, whatever the case may be. So I really got this taste of travel. And then something happened in my life about 10 years ago where I was in a situation. This is really important because what I'm going to share with you here on today's call are not things that I just learned out of a book. I mean, I didn't read a book and then I'm coming out to doing this training call. And so it's very important for you to understand where this is coming from. So about 10 years ago, my wife was pregnant. She was very, very sick. I knew that there was not going to be any way for me to take care of my daughter and still work my full-time career job, because my full-time career job was 80 hours a week. And sure enough, as was the case, my daughter was born, and I literally found myself in a place where I had no choice but to work from home. And I would literally sit at my computer with my newborn daughter in my arms. Now, I'm going to break down the home-based business space for everyone here on tonight's call for just a moment. It's very important. There are 3 or 4 types of people in this space. The first group of people, unfortunately, some of you here on tonight's call are going to say, hey, yeah, that was once me, and hopefully it's not going to be you anymore. But the first group of people is 80% of people who start their own home-based business, what I call entrepreneurship from home, really never do anything. They don't succeed or fail. They simply remain neutral because they take no action. You can't call it a failure if you get started with a business and don't make any money, but you didn't do anything. We call that being a customer. But you're hanging out with the calls maybe because Dave is really cool, which he is, and Queen is really awesome, which she is, and so maybe you're just coming out to the calls because they're really cool. You're enjoying our amazing products, probably planning your next vacation, or enjoying our gourmet healthy coffee every day, or maybe you're having some pain relief with our incredible Max Relief formula, okay? Maybe you have lost 20 pounds with our amazing weight loss system. But if you're not going to do the business, folks, you're just a customer, and I love you for that, and I appreciate you for that. But you need to understand that in this business, 80% of people, they don't do anything. Now, the next group I want to talk about is the 5% of people that were born people. Well, they walk up, they put the arm around your shoulder, and they say, hey, come on, let's get started, let's do this. I read a story one time about this guy who was an investment banker who decided to go out and do network marketing. And he made over $1 million in his first year. But be honest, folks, isn't that a little bit of an unfair advantage? You see, he was an investment banker, so he knew thousands of business people, probably tens of thousands of business people that he could share a business with, and he was in a position of influence with those people. Now, I'm not knocking what he did. I'm really, really proud to know of this man and to have read his story. He inspired me in many ways. Amazing individual. But most of you here on tonight's call, maybe you've had success with your brick and mortar business. Maybe you've just been, struggling and suffering with a job for too long. But I'm not one of those 5%ers. Some of you are, and that's really cool. That means you're going to be successful building your Max Lifestyle business, even if you jump off the call right now. Okay? The training that I'm going to do is for people who are not in the 80%, people who are not in the 5%, and there's another 5% we're going to talk about, and those are people who, they want to build their business, but they're going to find their own way to do it. And if you're out here on tonight's call and what I share with you doesn't resonate with you, and you're just not moved by it, and you say, I'm going to kind of do my own thing, that's okay. As long as you're successful, I'm going to be very, very happy. As long as you're enjoying Max Lifestyle, I'm going to be really happy. But let's talk about the 10%ers. The 10%ers are people out here on tonight's call who are like me, who it doesn't come naturally to just succeed in anything you do because people follow you. The 10% of people are people like me who really are uncomfortable, maybe bugging friends and family or trying to get grandma to come on board and make $1 million. Never once in all my years of doing network marketing have I ever had anybody get on the line and introduce their grandmother who's 85 years old who just made $10,000. It just doesn't happen. Okay? And, there's probably somebody on the line who has been there when that webinar happened. I don't know. But it doesn't happen for me. There's 10% of people out there who want to build their business from scratch the right way. There's people who understand the idea that I teach of entrepreneurship from home. You know, we live in a new era, folks. We live in an era, a very special point in history, where the internet and the ability to communicate is interconnected millions and millions of people. You know, I pick up the phone and I dial a local number and I reach a team over in the Philippines, okay? And so it's an interconnected global world. It's amazing. And as great as that is, people find themselves more and more not wanting to wake up, roll out of bed, and drive 20, 30 minutes, 45 minutes to work. More and more there are people who wake up and realize that they want something more out of life. They want to be able to wake up and instead of rolling out of bed, folks, how many of you would like to wake up and roll back over and go to sleep? How many of you want to enjoy the time freedom and the financial freedom of having your own successful and profitable home-based business? Folks, that's called entrepreneurship from home. And what we're going to be talking about here on this call are the marketing systems, the tools and techniques that I use personally to build my business from scratch. To literally build a business being a 10%er. One of those people. It didn't come easy. It didn't come natural. I didn't have a magic list of 1 million people to go bring on board. And I didn't want to hang out and do nothing. I want to learn, what does it take to build a real business? Where do friends and family fit in? When should I lead with the product versus when should I lead with the opportunity? Hey, I've got leads. What do I say to these people? I'm looking to find people who can join me in my business, but I'm not sure what to say. Well, it all begins with a vision. And this is my vision. And this is our company vision. And if this vision resonates with you, if this vision attracts you and you want to build a sales team, this is the vision that you want to be sharing with your prospects. And we're going to talk about how in a minute. We're going to talk about where to find them, what to say, and a lot of really great things. We're going to get as far as we can here tonight. But it all begins, excuse me, with vision. I believe that great companies, I believe that great opportunities are all bound together by one commonality, and that is a great vision. And this is our vision. Our vision, our company vision, is to help 100,000 people around the globe enjoy the one-day work week, which is the ability by definition to work, you know, only the equivalent of 1 day a week, but still make full-time income or more. How many of you are looking for that? Because if you're here on this training webinar, that means you're already a part of Max Lifestyle. You're in our company. You're sharing our products and services and opportunity with others. If you're here on this webinar, it means that you're part of an elite group of people who have been introduced to the one-day workweek marketing system, who are going to be using the one-day workweek marketing system and its training to help you build your business. And if you resonate with this vision, then you're at the right place. Now, I want to be honest with all of you right now. There is no magic solution. There is no magic solution. If there was a magic button that I could create, or a magic bean as I like to call it, that I could just give you, and you could take this magic bean and plant it in your backyard, and suddenly you would have success rain from the heavens or grow up from the ground, then by all means, I would share my bean with you. That's who I am as a person. I have no qualms whatsoever in sharing my bean with you. But the only problem is I haven't found that magic bean. But what I have found is that if you have a real system that really works with the right training, leadership, the right mentoring, the right marketing, amazing products and services. I mean, how many of you out here on tonight's call love our products and services? How many of you think that our products and services, when shared with people, you're going to increase their quality of lifestyle? How many of you think that our products and services give you, your friends, your family, and the people around you, and the people that you meet, and the people you introduce to us, Max Lifestyle? I mean, think about that. Our amazing products and services can literally help people travel the world like the rich and famous for just pennies on the dollar. Even better, show people how to take that vacation for free or actually get paid while they're on vacation. We have our amazing, healthy gourmet coffee. Now, how many of you have driven past a Starbucks lately and seen, you know, cars through the drive-through all the way out the street? I mean, literally, it was like a road hazard this morning when I drove past Starbucks, because there's people through the drive-through all the way through the parking lot and out into the middle of the road. It's rush hour traffic, people. Move to the next Starbucks, okay? Now, we have this amazing healthy gourmet on the go coffee. It's got ginseng, it's got Ganoderma. You can take it with you on the go. It tastes fantastic. People love that coffee. Now, what about people who want to take a vacation, who want to spend time with their family, who want to go to work, who want to come home and work on their business, but they can't because they've got so much pain? And I'm going to tell you something right now, folks. If you've ever had a toothache, maybe you're one of those fortunate people here in tonight's webinar where you've never had to experience, either yourself or a spouse, living with unlivable pain. And there are so many people out there. It's debilitating pain. Once a week, I have one person call out of work for an entire day because they have a debilitating migraine. Or I have somebody who's laid up because they have back pain. Folks, as we get older, you're going to have pains. And our amazing Max Relief formula is a proven temporary pain reliever for a lot of different things, from foot pain to knee pain to back pain, lower back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, etc. It's an amazing product. And for a lot of people, that product is what allows them to begin to really enjoy lifestyle, because you have no fun and no enjoyment when you're in constant pain. Okay? What about our amazing weight loss product, our original core product? Okay, folks, I got to tell you something. Max Natural is something we haven't spent a lot of time talking about on our webinars, and we're not going to cover it a lot tonight. But did you know that weight loss is a multi-billion-dollar industry? You know, did you know that more than half the people in North America are considered to be overweight or even obese? Now, my point is this. How many people do you know want to lose 10 or 15 pounds? How many people do you know want to get back into their high school skinny jeans? How many people do you know that would love to just feel better about themselves by not feeling bloated and overweight all the time? Folks, we have these amazing products that are designed to do one thing, to give people more lifestyle. But what's the business plan? How do you build your business? If you're a 10%er out here on tonight's call and you say, you know what, I want to make this work. I want to build Max Lifestyle. I want to use the one-day work week marketing system to go out and build my business and be successful. What's the first step? What do I do? And I'm sure you've heard a lot of different things online. If you've been a part of another company before, you've probably heard people say, well, this is what you do. This is what you do. Well, in the next little bit of time, I want to create the framework of what exactly it is you should be doing in order to build your business successfully. I'm going to show you step by step what I would do, step by step what I've done over and over and over again to build teams all over the world in multiple different companies in multiple different times. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the framework of what you need to be doing. Now, for the sake of time, if you leave this webinar tonight and you still have questions, then I did my job. If you leave this webinar tonight and I've inspired you to have ideas on things you can be doing every day as part of your daily modus of operandi, your daily action steps to build a successful and profitable business from home. Because folks, make no mistake about it, success is a habit you must choose to begin to create, and then you must choose to continually maintain. If you consistently do what other people are unwilling to do, that's how you get ahead. That's the way that it works. So if you're here on tonight's call and you're a 10%er, you love the products, you say that vision is for me, I want to enjoy the one-day work week, you like the marketing system, and you want to know what to do, I'm going to start sharing that with you right now. But I want you to know, if I've done my job right, you're going to leave with questions. Say, man, I wish you would have spent more time on drop cards. Man, I wish you would have spent more time on the grand opening letter. Where can I get a copy of the legend training? You know, hey, what was that script again? Hey, quick, did anybody write that down? I mean, I've been on a number of calls this past week talking with people, and they say, hey, Josh, do you have that written down? Do you have that written down? Well, remember something. You didn't come to us having the experience to know how to do all these things. So you got to be patient with yourself. When most people want to go out and become an expert, what do? They go to college or they go to trade school to learn something. How long does that take? Anywhere between 8 months and 8 years. If you want to be a doctor, you might spend 8 to 10 years to become a heart surgeon. Okay? And if you want to become a franchise owner, you're still going to end up going through about a year's worth of training, and then the rest is by trial and error, and that can be even scarier. So here's my point. We're going to share with you information much quicker than you can absorb it. And it seems sometimes slower than you want to get to it, but we're going to get you all the information that you need. Now, before I jump in here and I talk a little bit about this plan, here's something really important that I want you to understand. No man is an island. No woman is an island. All of you are people. Now, if you're like me, you might enjoy a quiet evening on the patio, okay, reading a book. Maybe you're not a people person. And in my private life, I'm very, very private, and I don't spend a lot of time with people because I'm not naturally a social person, which is what makes the marketing I'm going to teach you so powerful, because it's not predicated on you having to change who you are. So I'm not very social in my private time. But I want you to understand that learning is a social event. Even if you say to me, well, Josh, I'm a little private too. I'm a little quiet too. Maybe I'm not wanting to just jump out and go knock doors and talk to people. Great, I don't want you to. But learning is social, okay? Learning is social. Now, it's very important because I'm going to give you the framework. But some of you who want to build your business and want to build your business faster, you're not plugging in to the individualized training and mentoring that our team is here to help you with. And that includes Dave, it includes your upline team leader, it includes myself. Some of you need to take advantage of the opportunity to work directly with top leadership so that you can learn firsthand, so that you have the social experience of learning that's just different from the textbook style things I'm going to give you here. It's very important. So I'm going to give you the framework of your, what we call your Max Lifestyle Business Plan. I'm going to give it to you right now. And my goal is just to whet your appetite. My goal is to just give you some ideas of some things that can happen. My goal for you to leave this call is to be inspired and excited about future opportunities that are coming so that you can learn more. And I want to make sure that you attend all of our training calls. I want to make sure that you'll reach out for help so that you can learn in a social environment of having people explain things to you. And most importantly, I want you to understand this. Even if you don't know, that's okay. There's an old saying, I believe by Doug Fireball, one of the great trainers in the 1980s and 1990s for entrepreneurs at home. His name is Doug Fireball. Absolute incredible individual. And maybe I'm crediting the wrong person here, and if so, I apologize. But he used to say that I will take, and very, very important, he said, I will take anybody who is passionate and excited. Ignorance on fire, okay, beats anybody who's not taking action, okay? So don't worry about the things you don't know. I got somebody the other day, and they're asking me some technical questions about page 347 in our comp plan. I don't know either. I'll send an email to my attorney. But what I do know is that every day we talk to people who are not living the one-day work week. Every day we're talking to people who say, you know what, I want to be an entrepreneur at home. You know what, I want to have more time freedom, more financial freedom. We talk to people every day who want to travel the world and get paid to take dream vacations. So it doesn't matter if you don't understand everything. Just stay plugged in. Be consistent, build the habit, and let the training that we do be social. Reach out for help. All right, we got a lot to cover, so I'm going to jump in here. And I got to tell you something, folks. I'm going to go slow. I'm not going to go fast. I'm going to take my time. And if you're feeling like you want me to hurry up, then just know that you're trying to go too fast. Okay? It's like I tell my daughter, too much of a good thing is too much. Okay? We go to the fair. She wants cotton candy. Well, let's be honest, folks. We all like a little bit of sugar. It's probably not healthy for us in any quantity, but it's got to be way worse for us in large quantity, right? But we all like a little bit of sugar or a little bit of honey with our foods. It would be hard to imagine life completely sweetener free. But when you taste cotton candy, come on, be honest, it's too much, okay? So I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to go over with you over the next 30 minutes or so a framework of what I've done step by step to build each business that I've been in. And I want you to be asking yourself one simple question. How can I do that? When can I do that? How can I do that? When can I do that? How can I do that? When can I do that? Because it is massive action that is going to help you build your business, whatever it is. If you came to me tomorrow and you said, hey, Jay Joshua, I love Max Lifestyle. I love one-day work week, but I'm going to instead go spend $1 million on a franchise. I'm still going to give you the same advice. Okay? I'm going to give you the same advice. You're going to have to take massive action. You're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to create successful habits. You're going to have to constantly be surrounding yourself with people who want more out of life. And you're going to have to continue to infuse your mind with personal development and training so that you can grow. Massive action. So let's look at the screen here for just a moment because I think this is really important. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. The entire goal for all of you is to begin to achieve the things we talk about. Some of you on tonight's call, I know for sure, are going to make literally hundreds of thousands of dollars as entrepreneurs from home. Some of you are going to make millions of dollars as entrepreneurs from home. Some of you have already made millions of dollars as entrepreneurs from home. But whether you make $1 million in your business activities, folks, or whether you just make an extra $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000, you can all know one thing: massive targeted action towards your goal. What is your goal? On the screen right here is one of my goals. My prized possession is my hammock. My hammock sits right next to my pool. I have palm trees all around, and it's not Hawaii, but I can almost lay there and pretend that it is, except that sometimes you can hear a helicopter or a highway. I don't think they have very many of either in Hawaii, okay? And my point is this: if you want something in life, whether it's more time freedom, or you want something in life, like to be able to give your kids or your grandkids a better lifestyle, private schools, prepare for their college education, if you'd like to wake up tomorrow and be debt-free. How many of you have bills on tonight's call? Anybody have a bill here on tonight's call they'd like to get rid of, a house payment or car payment, right? Everybody's an opportunity seeker. And the thing you have to do, if you really want to be a successful entrepreneur from home, is get really honest with yourself for just a moment about two things: what you will do and what you really want. And if you want to take and make massive and immediate change in your life, then you need to focus in on those two things: what you will do and what you really want. Because I can share with you this framework. I can do it. I'm going to do it here in just the next few moments. I'm going to show you a proven framework that works step by step. Even if you're not the most likable person, even if you're not a socialite, even if you don't have a big sphere of influence, even if you've already burned up your friends and family, I don't care. I'm going to show you a plan that's going to work for you, okay? But there's two things: what you can do, okay, and what do you really want. And sometimes what you can do needs to be changed to what are you willing to do to get what you really want. So I want you to keep your dreams and your goals up, because I'm about to show you some real work. And let's be honest, nobody wants work. Whether it's work from home or work at a job or working in the yard, nobody wants to work. And I'm about to show you work. I'm about to show you what you need to see and hear if you truly want to make a dramatic and immediate change in your life. But you've got to connect what I'm about to show you to two things: what are you really willing to do, and what do you really want? And if you want change in your life enough that you're willing to do whatever it takes, then I'm going to give you a real plan. I'm going to give you the opportunity to plug in for training and support. I'm going to give you a network of people to work with that'll keep you pumped up and excited. I'm going to give you amazing products and services and an unprecedented comp plan. But only you can reach inside your head and decide what you're willing to do for what you really want. And if you're willing to do whatever it takes, then apply everything I teach you to the very best of your ability. Some things will be smooth. You know, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we had one of these calls, and I revealed one of my simple strategies for uploading a video on Facebook. And for $6, one of our members got 13 leads. Fantastic, right? That was easy, okay? And there are hundreds of things just like that that you can do. I mean, there are literally people all around you who are they're just breaking under the pressure of life. Maybe they live in $1 million neighborhood, but they just have more bills, you know? Maybe they live in a poor area. They just don't have any opportunities. The reality of it is that there's billions and billions of cups of coffee served every day. Travel is a multi-trillion-dollar marketplace, okay? There are so many people in this country living in pain that it's almost an epidemic unto itself. And people say that obesity and being overweight is an epidemic. And how many people do you know that want to be able to enjoy time freedom? So I don't ever want to hear from any of you that, hey, I don't have anybody to talk to. Because we have products and services that meet the widest array of people you could possibly imagine. There's always somebody who would be a perfect fit for our opportunity or for our products. And it's up to you to decide what you're willing to do and how bad you really want the things that you want in life to be able to get there. And for me, what I enjoy more than anything is time with my family and creating security for my daughter. I've convinced my daughter that she can go to Harvard and that they have an amazing fashion design school there. I'm hoping that she will someday realize that by fashion design school, I of course mean attorney or doctor, but we'll get there when we get there, okay? So let's jump right in here and let's talk about this plan. You know, in this industry, network marketing, there's a lot of great plans out there. And the plan I'm going to show you is my plan. It's the one that I use. It's the one that I've successfully taught and trained thousands of people to do. I talked to a guy last week who, one of my paid coaching students, and he had his first $1,000 week. And he's using the techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you here in just the next few moments, the framework. And every single day, there are people out in this world who are being successful. And the only difference between them and unsuccessful people is their actions, what they're doing. Because what you do and what you think, well, what you think becomes what you do, and what you do becomes what you create. What you create will determine your happiness. You're either creating the life you want, or you're creating the obstacles you don't want. Okay? So I'm going to share with you this plan. A lot of you are familiar with Danny Johnson and Tim Sales and other amazing trainers who have gone before me. And I'm going to tell you right now, nothing I say, I've studied all of them too because they were my mentors. And nothing that I say is going to be at odds with them. But if something I say seems to be a little bit longer-winded way to get there or a little bit too short of a way, there's no wrong way to do it. Just take massive action. Take my ideas as a framework for how you can create your own successful business, and then just take massive action. Even if you make some mistakes, you're still going to start getting results. And that's the goal of your business plan, is to start taking action to get results. Start taking action to get results. Monitor your results. If you need more results, you got to take massive action in the areas that are giving you the best results. Number one, let's get started here. Number one, and this is really important, and hang on just a second because I knew this was going to be a bit of a challenge, but that's okay. I'm going to do this the way I grew up from the country. I'm just going to work a solution here, and some of you are going to laugh. I'm going to put a notepad right in front of the webinar right here. Let me see if I can show that, and let me, let me improve the font here. This is awesome. This is creative right here. So here you go. There's the Max Lifestyle 4-step business plan right there, and we're gonna put it in a notepad. All right, number one. Step number one. Let me just type it as step number one. Okay. Step number one is products and services and friends and family. Okay. Products and services and friends and family. And if I misspell something, it's just embarrassing me. Don't worry about it, folks. It's okay. We're going to focus in on the message tonight, not the spelling. Products and services and friends and family. You know, the first thing that everybody's taught when they start their own business, when they become an entrepreneur from home, when they become a network marketer, the first thing that we're all taught, and the first thing I'm going to teach you, is to make a list of friends and family. But where I differ in my philosophy is that I don't want to recruit your grandmother. I don't need your grandmother to come in here and make a $10,000 lifestyle bonus check. I don't need that. You want to help people. Compensation is reward for service. What does reward for service mean? It means helping people. Zig Ziglar and Jim Rohn used to say all the time, if you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. Well, if your grandma happens to be an entrepreneur, by all means, three-way her into me, because I think that would actually make this story even more interesting, right? But the bottom line is this. We have amazing products and services, and that's the most important thing that you should be sharing with friends and family. And it's the first thing you should be sharing with anybody. When you get started, if I personally enrolled you, the first thing that I would do is I would sit down with you on the phone after you were enrolled. And I would help you make a list of people that you know. I would help you make a list of why you really want to do this business and what your goals are. And then I would make you make a schedule so that you're working at least 5 to 10 hours or more per week on your business. Now, you can, count this call as part of that time you spend on your business. Some of you only have 5 hours a week, and that's okay. That's where you start and you build from there. But let's review that quick checklist again. If I personally sponsor a new person in a network marketing business, an entrepreneur from home business, what are the first things I do? Number one, I sit down with them before they ever even get their product in the mail. I sit down with them and I help them make a list of friends and family, people they're going to share the benefits of our products and services with. Notice I didn't say opportunity. Second thing that I'm going to do, this is very, very important, is I get them to sit down and identify, what do you really want from this business? Now, why do I do that? It's important that all of you know and that you help all of the people that you bring aboard understand something. This business is work, folks. It's work. It's absolutely work, okay? And your job is work. Why would you come home from work at your job to do more work at home? Well, you do that because you want something better in your life. You want something more. So you're willing to work harder now in order to get something better later. That's a very important thing. So if I personally sponsor somebody in a business, they have to tell me what they really want. They have to say, well, Josh, look, I've only taken one vacation in the last 5 years. Josh, I can't afford to get money for my daughter's braces. Josh, I'm always worried about money. Josh, if I lose my job tomorrow because of the economy, I could lose my family home. Josh, I just don't have any quality of life because I'm worried about bills. Josh, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. Great. Let's get all that down on one sheet of paper because these are the reasons why you're going to come home and work a little bit harder in your business. Okay? Very important. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to have that person make a schedule. This is just absolutely, it's critical. It's absolutely critical. Now, I don't care if you only have 5 hours a week to work your business, folks, but you have to be willing to do some work. You have to go to attend some calls, attend some training. You have to put together a schedule. If you never introduce your products and services to anybody, if you never get any customers and you never build a team, you don't make any money, okay? You're just an 80%er. So I make them make a schedule, and you should too. And don't overcommit. Really, really big mistake a lot of people make is they say, well, Josh, I get home at 5:30 and I'm going to skip dinner and I'm going to skip spending time with the kids and I'm going to work for 5 hours. No, that's not practical. Work 1 to 2 hours a day. And those of you that are part-time or have the benefit to be an at-home mom or an at-home dad, you have more time to put into your business and you should do that. But make a schedule and send that to your sponsor. Now, all of this training, by the way, is all set up in the back office of One Day Work Week. But we haven't done, it's just steps. It's like 7 steps back there, okay? So all of this is set up for you as you bring new people aboard to walk them through the steps in the back office that will naturally achieve this, okay? But now let's take a look at how are you going to share products and services with friends and family. Well, I'm going to give you 2 methods for tonight's call, okay? I'm going to give you 2 methods. I'm going to give you method 1, or method A here, all right? And then I'm going to give you method B. I'm going to tell you something. If you don't think that our products and services are going to improve the quality of lifestyle that your friends and family have right now, then I'm going to be right up front with you. You might not be at the right place. You might not be at the right place. If you don't think that our Maxwell formula can help anybody that you know, you might not be at the right place, folks. You might want to find a business that does something else. Maybe you want to find a technology, business to be an entrepreneur at home with. If you don't know anybody out of the billions and billions of cups of coffee served every day, if you don't know anybody who drinks coffee, or you don't know anybody who wants to take a vacation, if you don't know anybody who wants to get rid of some bills every month, if you don't know anybody who wants to lose 10 or 15 pounds that you're willing to share our products and services with, you might be at the wrong place. And I don't know, maybe I just need to add that line in somewhere in our webinar, and if you're that person, then you need to get on the phone with Dave, and Dave will connect you with me, and we got to work things out, because if you don't think our products are going to improve your lifestyle, then why are you here? And if our products are going to improve your lifestyle, but you're not willing to share these products and services with your friends and family, then why are you here? If it's going to help them, why wouldn't you share it with them? If our products and services are going to improve their quality of life, you're being mean not to share it with them. But let's talk about some ways you can do that feel good, right? Hang on a second. Let's see if we can do this. Method number 1, let them try it, okay? Method number 1, let them try it. There are several products that we have that are just absolutely fantastic to let people try. Let's talk about Maxwell formula for just a moment. This is an amazing product. Some people call it a miracle. I call it natural. This is an amazing product. If you're not willing to share this product with people who are in pain, you got to think through your decision-making process. Don't be afraid of rejection. You're not trying to sell it with them. You're saying, hey, are you suffering from back pain, knee pain, foot pain, shoulder pain, back pain? I want you to try something and give me your honest opinion. You're not asking them to buy. You're not asking them for their American Express card. You're offering to help them. If you focus your business from a position of wanting to help people, it feels natural. It feels great. You're going to have a lot of fun. The reason why people don't like to feel salesy is because they're afraid that they're trying to get people to buy products and services they don't need. I don't ever feel salesy because I'm only offering to help people with the benefits my products and services offer in solving the problems that the person has. Okay? Second one, Grand opening letter. I'm going to tell you right now, the grand opening letter has been responsible for building teams well over 10,000 people, probably more over, probably more like probably more like 100,000 people. And the grand opening letter, I believe, is actually already available in your back office in the one-day work week. If it's not, then somebody can let me know, and we can do some training on that. The grand opening letter is just a simple 2-page letter, and you fill in the blanks, you personalize it, and you send it out to the list of people that you made when you worked with your sponsor to get started, your list of friends and family, and it lets them know, hey, grand opening, I've started, I'm wanting to become an entrepreneur from home, and I've started my own online business. We've got some amazing products that I'd like to tell you about. And the grand opening letter is an incredibly powerful and passive way to share the benefits of our products and services with friends and family. Should you follow up with a call? Absolutely. Am I going to make you even send the letter? No. But you should if you want to be successful. If you want to build a team, if you're here on tonight's call and you say, well, Josh, I'm a leader. I've been in 400 different companies and I don't want to talk to my friends and family. Really? Well, let me tell you something. People on your team are going to do what you do. So if you want to build an entire network marketing company full of people who are never going to share the benefits of your products and services with their friends and family, then I don't even know what to say. If your products and services are going to help people in their lifestyle, and they're going to help people, you need to share them with people. And you need to do that unabashedly, unashamedly, and you need to do that without any trepidation or fear. Because that's really all good business is. Good business is simply helping people solve problems. That's all it is. So we've got 2 ways. Obviously, we're not going to have time tonight to get into those 2 ways, but we're going to get as far as we can and keep the call on time, and that's okay. But let's talk about step number 2 for just a moment, because this is something that a lot of you don't get, and that's okay. I'm not criticizing, but I am letting you know what's up. I am telling you that you're wrong. I have no qualms now in saying that you're wrong. This is called, look, you want to be an entrepreneur from home. This is called entrepreneur, and yes, I'm sure I'm going to misspell something. I don't have any spell check on here, so just forgive me. This is called your entrepreneurial sphere of influence. Okay. Anybody ever heard of Facebook? Okay. I'm going to just tell you, unless you literally were on that boat with the guy down in Brazil who was supposedly adrift in the ocean for 6 months, unless you've been under a rock for the last 5 or 10 years, most of you are on Facebook, you get emails, you have heard of other businesses before, you've been in another network marketing business or another direct selling business before, you've been an entrepreneur, people in your upline, downline, crossline, people who have tried to recruit you, people who are trying to recruit you. Folks, you have an entrepreneurial sphere of influence around you right now that is very powerful and is very lucrative. And you have 2 choices. You can either ignore that asset, or you can turn your entrepreneurial sphere of influence into acres of diamonds. I mean, literally, some of you have an invaluable asset in your own backyard and you don't even know. And just real quick, if you haven't read the book Acres of Diamonds, you need to. The story is that a very wealthy man had a traveler coming back in the day that didn't have a lot of entertainment or TVs, and the traveler came, and the traveler told these amazing stories of faraway lands with diamond mines. And the wealthy business owner was just enamored with all of these diamonds and the ideas of wealth. And so this businessman who had a beautiful family and a profitable business began to sell everything he owned. And he began to search the world for his own diamond mine. And over time, as the story goes, this wealthy businessman becomes not so wealthy. He loses his home, he loses his properties, he fails in business, he loses his family until he's completely alone. And his property is up for sale. And the moral of the story happens at the end when you realize that the land that his family home was on, this wealthy businessman, was the largest diamond mine in history. The point is this: you have a gold mine of entrepreneurs all around you, people that are pitching you an email, people that are pitching you on Facebook, people that you've been in business with in the past, maybe in multiple streams, maybe some of you are in multiple streams of income, you're in other businesses now, upline, downline, crossline. Everywhere you are, you have a sphere of influence that you need to be taking advantage of, okay? And you need to let them know what we're doing here. Because I don't think I'm speaking out of any ego or hubris when I say that this type of training, and by the way, I haven't even begun to get started yet, this type of training you simply can't find anywhere else. And again, I don't say that out of ego or hubris. I say that because I'm a 10%er. I'm somebody who failed and failed and failed and failed until I reverse engineered it and I cracked it open like a mystical sphere, and inside was a treasure map, and then I used it and I found my success, and now I'm sharing with you. So everything I'm sharing with you, I've done over and over. Step number three. Step number three is where you need to go to your cold market. Now, cold market with the one-day work week, okay? Now, this is powerful, folks. This is where it really gets exciting. We're going to talk about, in our trainings, we're going to talk about drop cards. I have $1 million drop card that I designed myself, that I own the copyright to, that all of you get to use. You can print it right from your own computer, so you could spend 50 cents on ink and paper, or you could spend $50. It's entirely up to you. You don't have to use your credit card to go order from some other company. I have $1 million drop card. I have several different versions. I'm going to show you how to put your message on it. And you can take your drop cards and you can use them wherever you go. Use them as your business card. You can use these $1 million drop cards to leave in key places wherever you may go. And on the back of the drop card is a powerful ad that gets them to call you to learn how they too can begin their journey towards the one-day work week. It's absolutely incredible. And at some point in the process, whether you're using your marketing to drive people directly to your website at onedayworkweek.com, or you're using the marketing to get them on the phone with you, either way. We have some of our members now who are driving traffic to their website. They're getting amazing conversions, but hopefully we're going to have a few minutes here on tonight's call to actually talk about some of the scripting. Very, very important if you can, okay? And if you can do that, then you're going to be light years ahead, okay? So let's talk for just a moment about scripting, but before we get to that, I want to talk about step 4, because there's really only 4 steps, okay? And the 4th step is really the leverage step. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. If you can't build your business to the size you want with friends and family, that's okay. If you then move to your entrepreneurial sphere of influence and you don't get your business built up big enough, that's okay. And then when you're working your cold market, whether it's buying traffic, buying leads, doing drop cards, there's a million different ways that I've taught people how to generate leads. Facebook video, we did that a couple of weeks ago. If you're generating leads and you're still not building your business as fast as you want, I've got great news. Step 4 is what ties it all together. Step 4 is the leverage step. And the leverage step is when, through step 1, 2, and 3, you've started to find a team of people who are now out sharing the message too. And we all know that it doesn't work fine who get two. The world doesn't ever work perfectly, okay? But when you begin to build a team and your team begins to build, you are finally in a position of leverage. And now you need to work with your team to help them complete step 1, step 2, step 3. It's that simple. And the leverage step is really the most fun. The leverage step is where a lot of people will get a little bit on step 1, they'll do a little bit on step 2, they'll start doing step 3, and then they just give up. Not realizing, hey, you got 3 or 4 personal people, you found some people, but you need to keep going. You need to keep going. You need to do what it takes. Sometimes you find the right 3 or 4 people and you're done. Sometimes it takes more people. But whatever it takes to get to step 4. Step 4 is where you really begin to have leverage, and leverage is why you're doing this type of business for entrepreneurship from home, because we have a leveraged compensation plan that allows you to have a team of people doing it. So over the next several weeks, we're going to be talking about more about step 1. We're going to talk about more about step 2, and we're going to talk a lot about step 3. And entwined in step 1, 2, and 3 are the simple process that I'm going to just put on the screen right here. And this is something that you can work with your upline advisor on. And again, really, really positive stuff. It's called introduce, invite, and involve. Okay. And this is the formula. It's a 3-step rejection-free formula that I've been using. To teach people how to build a successful business for many, many years. And nobody's going to join your business who doesn't know anything about the business. So maybe you know the person, but they don't know anything about your business. You never introduce it to them. There's a zero chance of them joining, right? Or maybe they don't know you and they don't know about your business. Well, there's a zero chance of them actually joining your business. So you've got to be able to introduce the one-day work week. You've got to be able to introduce our products and services and Max Lifestyle to people. And how do you do that? Well, you can let people try the product. You can use a grand opening letter. You can go to your entrepreneurial sphere of influence, and we'll talk about some methods for that on future calls. You can go to your cold market. You can do drop cards. You can do sizzle cards. You can do email taglines. You can do road signs. You can do direct mail. You can do postcards. You can do traffic. You can buy leads. Any or all of those things will help you accomplish step number one, which is to introduce what you have. Okay. Step number two is invite. You know, in the last several weeks, we've had a surge of people joining and our teams are beginning to grow. And one of the things that I'm not seeing, though, are people showing up on the webinars that we do on Tuesday and Thursday night that were invited by one of our new members. And I got to tell you something. If 0% of the people join your business because you didn't introduce it, I'm going to tell you 99% of the people are not going to join you if they've never been to one of our business opportunity overview calls or webinars, preferably in a live environment. Because how else are they going to understand the business? And you say, well, Josh, I told them a little bit about it. Well, you probably told them too much. Because when you're building your business, all you really should be doing is inviting them out. Let us do the telling and selling. Let us present the business, the opportunity, the products, and the service. Let us do that. And people say, well, they probably watched the video on step 2 of the one-day work week. Well, that's great. Step 2 of the one-day work week is not our company business overview calls. It's not a live event. It's part of the process to improve the quality of the lead. But if you want to be successful, you got to introduce people to our product, services, and opportunity. And number 1 and number 2, you've got to invite them out. You got to invite them out, folks. I mean, that's the whole point. Let us do the work. You know, simple questions when you're talking with people, introducing people, you know, to what we do. Hey, let me ask you a question. If you could travel anywhere on the planet and take a dream vacation and money was no object, where would you go? Hawaii. Okay, great. Well, let me ask you a question. If I could honestly show you a way to take that amazing Hawaiian vacation, and if I could show you how to do it and travel like the rich and famous for pennies on the dollar, would you be interested to learn more? Great. Even better, if I could show you how to take that Hawaiian vacation for free, would that help you? Okay, well, we have people who get paid to take their Hawaiian vacations. I tell you what, this is an amazing program. I'd like to make sure that you have an opportunity to be invited out to learn more about what we do, meet some of the incredible people who are making this type of travel a reality for everyone, and more importantly, how you can actually get paid to take your next dream vacation. We have a live webinar coming up on Tuesday or Thursday. Which one would be better for you? Okay, and again, that's not even a script. That's just something I might say to somebody that I'm at. And here's the third one, and this is really key. And again, we'll get as far as we can here tonight, and then we'll just have to, you know, we're going to close this webinar up here in about 5 minutes flat. But here's the next one involved. I have so many of you that are Skyping, sending me emails. I'm getting word back. I've got prospects. I've got prospects. Well, if they're not on the webinar, and neither Dave nor myself nor your Upline Max team leader can tell me that they've met them, you know, I'll talk to people. You know, hey, Dave, you know, so-and-so had somebody that they invited out to the webinar. Have you had a chance to meet them yet? Nope. Folks, you've got to involve. The involve method revolves around the social aspect of basically eliminating or reducing skepticism. What are the reasons why people don't join? Why do people not want to become entrepreneurs from home? When we take them to the webinar, we tell them about what we do, but they wanted all the benefits. Well, sometimes they're just not that interested. Sometimes they don't have the money. But the number one reason why people don't join is because they're skeptical. Okay, they're skeptical in you, they're skeptical in the company, and they're skeptical in themselves. Can they really do this? But the reality of it is that you need to be making sure that you invite your prospects to the live webinars, and you need to be making sure that before and after the webinar, you pick up the phone and introduce them, involve them with your Upline Max team leader, with your master distributor, with myself, whatever the case may be. This is how businesses are built. So we've covered just the basic framework here on tonight's call, okay? And I'm hopeful that some of you are fired up and excited about what I've covered, and you're really ready to dive in, because we want to have a call that's dedicated to step number 1. We want to have a call that's dedicated to step number 2. We want to have a call that's dedicated to step number 3. We're probably going to have more than one call dedicated to step number 3, because step number 3 is the biggest possible market of all of them, okay? And we're going to talk about scripts and what to do and how to grow from there. So Bottom line is this. I'm hopeful that you're inspired. I'm hopeful that you see the framework of a plan, 4 steps here, what you need to do. And I'm hopeful that if you look at what you're willing to do and what you really want, and you bridge them together and you say, what is it that I'm willing to do to get these things that I really want? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, we have got the right group of people and the right training and the right leadership and everything that you need to be successful. But you need to take action. And not just any action, but consistent action. And not just consistent action, but consistent targeted action. Folks, I want to close out the webinar here. Number one, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me out on this call. I want to thank all of you for being part of my extended family. I really am passionate and I enjoy what I do. And having the opportunity to serve all of you and help you, I'll be honest with you, it gives my life meaning, and I want to say thank you for that. It's a real pleasure to serve, and I look forward to hearing your success story. I look forward to hearing your challenges and concerns, and hey, I can't quite get this to work. What can we do? What can we do? And I look forward to getting calls where you are literally involving other people who are looking at our business with myself and with Dave, and I will see each and every one of you at the top, on the inside, and on the beaches of the world. Bye for now, everyone.
To learn more about how you can create a solid full-time residual income by promoting our exclusive product line, go to www.maxnow.net. Thank you and have an awesome day.